Sheffield's opponents, Manchester, were in pole position to beat Cardiff yesterday, but they had their lead closed down and were overtaken in overtime. Tonight they're up against Robert Dowd, who scored 4 last time out in Fife. They also need to get Josh Pitt stopped. He's the Steelers' top scorer so far this season. Eric Neely is back to help drive the Steelers forward, and like the rest of the squad, he's gone purple for Hockey Fights Cancer. Warm-up is over now, and the player entrances are completed, so it's lights on, and away we go. Puck sent into the offensive zone by Linsmeyer. Got McFadden right there with him, and it's the Steelers who emerge from the pile. It's Pitt striding forward across the line. Steelers have plenty forward in this one. They backhanded across goal, and Gin makes the save up against his post. But in the first minute and 10 seconds, the Steelers have shown an intent to get that puck on goal.
Definitely. Gin's going to be a busy netminder tonight. You saw a turnover early in the first shift there right at the blue line that allowed Buzzio to come in and get a good hard shot up on the high glove. And here you see Robbie Dowd coming in. Comes all the way across from our left to right and gets a backhand away on the netminder going the opposite way. But
now it's Neely. Can he spin and shoot? He does, and he lays it back instead. And the one-timer comes in, and it's tipped round the post by Gin. Neely. DeLuca. Whistle in for a little bit of support. The puck hits the back of the net, and it falls nicely for Storm, and Richardson will feather it down the ice. And there's a hit behind the play, which is going to result in the first power play, and it's going to go against the Steelers. And it looks like it's DeLuca who's going to be heading to the box on a hit behind the play.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's called here. It's some pretty good control there as well from the Manchester defenseman, who was thinking about going in there and going after DeLuca, but thought better of it. But it looks like it's going to be a boarding call. I think you can just see from that. So most likely going to be a 2-minute penalty as DeLuca comes in maybe a little bit late and a little bit from behind. Finishes check on the Manchester play on the boards. We'll see it here from the higher angle as DeLuca comes through, and there you can see that 1, 2, 3 puck is well away, and he finishes his chuck. And to be fair, could have been one of two things. Could have been the late hit call, the new one that they've got, or the boarding. So Manchester has the results as a power play, so we'll see if they've got what it takes to get their power play percentage up here.
Has been confirmed as a late hit for Anthony DeLuca. He'll sit for 2 minutes in the Storm power play, which had been, well, dreadful in the early part of the season, but managed 3 goals last night against Cardiff. Looking for the opener here. First attempt on goal is deflected away. Moffat gets it back, fires it through, and that one came mighty close.
Yeah, it pops off the post there. Beats the netminder, doesn't beat the post. Excellent screen in front of the net by the Manchester forward. I think it's Byers down low.
Storm penalty kill was, well, dreadful last time out. They conceded 6 power play goals down in Guildford in their lopsided defeat to the Flames. Conceded a couple last night to Cardiff as well. The Steelers' power play is much improved in recent weeks. It's a good touch to help the puck on its way from McMillan. Steelers regain the offensive zone through Dowd. He's been red hot in the last few weeks, Robert Dowd. 7 goals in his last 4 games. Fired through, it's behind Gin, and it's across the line. The Steelers do have a power play opener.
Yeah, from up here, I'm not sure who got a piece of that, whether it goes through with O'Connor or if it's Pitt in front of the net. You could hear a couple of slaps of sticks. A good job by O'Connor there, just fakes it, pulls it to his backhand, and then it's just a half little floating wrist shot. It goes right through there, and there you can see the deflection out in front. Yeah, it is Pitt in front by the looks of it. Knocks it down and goes between the 5-hole of Gin, and Sheffield are off and running here with a power play goal. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first period.
Good work from Whistle. Inside Neely, the shot's off target. Neely goes and picks it up himself. Backhanded out. Oh, and it's there at the top of the crease, and falling on and covering up is Ginn. Nearly 11 goals so far this season for Milton Keynes. And he's not missed a beat so far in this game.
No, that's for sure. He's come in and he's ready to rock and roll and go, and you can see him going to the net, and that's where he scored a lot of goals down south for Milton Keynes. He was a big part of their offense. Worked tirelessly down there to operate and create some opportunities for themselves. But interesting to see Matheson going up through the middle of the ice.
Martinelli
across power play, yeah.
Nearly
big hit.
Huge hit. Oh, and the fight's coming in. Storm didn't like that.
And there's to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that hit. Manchester player looking totally the wrong way and getting the pass, and
it was Davy Phillips who stepped up
and overcame the Manchester player and immediately got stuck into Phillips. It looked as though Phillips had kept everything down, arms and elbows and everything down. We'll see it on the replay, I'm sure. You know, we don't want to see anybody hurt in any sort of opportunity, but
Springer's furious.
Springer's furious. Come across
that reaction.
And to be fair, if Springer stays in the game, I'll be surprised if he doesn't get the instigation game and that. But here you can see, here it is. You can see it's Long has no idea what's happening, and he looks up at the last second. Phillips he's actually almost stood still. His arms are down, but here you can see Springer, hands and gloves are off.
Are they going to say first point of contact is the head?
You know
He's
what?
certainly not let David Phillips as you think about what would be a regular hit to the head, but Storm get one back. Moffat is back out there. So it's 5-on-4 for the Steelers for another minute and a half. Dowd and O'Connor, it bounces around in front and is ultimately deflected wide. Not sure who it hit last. Matheson, Westerling. Earhart doing a good job in there, making life awkward for the Steelers and holding him up as much as he can. Now Westerling brings it out front. Matheson once more. O'Connor. Dowd comes back to join him. Mishandled by Matheson, and that'll give Storm chance to clear. Played with a high stick. And some ironic cheers from the travelling Manchester supporters. They don't feel they've got the best of the officiating in this game.
Well, you don't think you will, but when you're doing things that are silly and right in front of referees, you're going to get called for it no matter what it is. You know, as I says, if it's a penalty you're going to take, you know, you need to take something that that the hit on Martinelli, good solid hit in there, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But then to come back and get a silly cross-checking penalty in front and a silly slashing penalty for no reason whatsoever, just sort of puts you on the back foot all the time. And there's another one on a back check, 200 feet away from your own net, slashing the stick out of the Sheffield player's hands. You know, it's going to be called every time. It's not on the stick, it's actually on the hands. You know, it's an automatic penalty no matter what, where you are, you're going to get called for that. So again, Manchester got to calm down. They're a good enough team to go end to end. And like I said, they've got the firepower and the skill level to put the puck in the back of the net.
Looks like we've got a timeout called here.
Yeah, Finnerty must be just telling the boys to calm down a little bit here, because they're now going to have, what, close to a minute and a half of 5-on-3, I would have thought.
Lindsmeyer in the box for slashing. He goes and gives Backus and company over there, and the Steelers have a 5-on-3 power play for another 40 seconds. O'Connor, Dowd. O'Connor didn't fancy the shot just now, neither does Dowd. O'Connor moves it, it's good from the Steelers, it's off target from Dowd. You can see what they're trying to set up. Then the deflection, and then the follow-up finish from Westerling.
And I was just about to say how well Manchester's doing. They're allowing the two players to stand down in front, and they're trying to front on the shooters. And O'Connor, again, squeaks one through here, and you can see the deflection there from Pitt. Looks like it goes off the post behind, and Westerling, the second man on the puck, just reacts quicker than Earhart. And Westerling has a wide open net, and this is exactly what I was saying before, and they still end up having the power play here for about a minute and 30 seconds of 5-on-4. So
Byers. Brooks. Feeds it across. It's bouncing and bobbling, and the Steelers corral it. And again, Owens has got defensive zone work to do. He's got a couple of white shirts around him. In the end, it's the Steelers who win out. And it's Pitt Across for Martinelli, he couldn't take it with him, and now he's got a back check. There's a brief 2-on-1 here for Storm. Big opportunity, they move it across. Oh, and Climby makes the save as the Steelers are going to get a penalty called against them.
Yeah, Pitt comes back and does what he needs to do. Ends up taking a slashing penalty. And that's something that I don't think Barrasso's going to be too upset with. Maybe about Martinelli getting caught up in the play, but this one here, Pitt comes back and does just enough to throw the Manchester forward off and doesn't get a good hard shot through.
Eberle, persistent as always. Steelers go D to D, looking for a shooting lane, deflected but off target. Phillips trying to win the race with Ruop. Now Eberle. Bounce pass off the boards, good tip out of the zone. It's a nice little touch from Long. Wants to get there ahead of O'Connor. And still Long is with it. O'Connor is there and a follow-up chance, and Climby, it's a real scramble. Where's the puck? It's in the goal! Storm have got it. A real messy play, but they don't care how it's gone in. It's back to a one-goal game.
Yeah, Climby makes a fantastic right pad save there, but look at the second and third opportunities. I think that's a Steeler player makes the save on that one, and then it's just an absolute mess in front of the net. Plenty of orange jerseys, but then it looks as though, does it go off a Sheffield player and in behind, maybe going wide? But as you say, just dribbles up and over the line. You can see the Steeler players looking skyward and Climby throwing his arms up in the air going, what's going on? But 2-1 here with 11 minutes left, and Manchester are right back in this game.
O'Connor turns it away. Storm rush to get the players off the ice in time, and they manage it. And now they're into the offensive zone. Shot that gets deflected, it might fall favourably. It's bouncing around, and it's just wide. For a moment, as though they were going to squeeze it in. It didn't quite work out. Here's DeLuca. Trying to keep Richardson away from the puck. And then plays it back. The shot from David Phillips. And it wasn't far away. Buzzio. Opportunity, side of the goal, and the Steelers have scored! It's Della Revere. And it's 3-1 Sheffield.
Yeah, and you want to give credit to Della Rivera there. He comes off the bench. Nobody picks him up except for the Sheffield players, and you can see that the netminder does just get a piece of it. Looks like it goes off the bottom part of his glove. But good hard work by DeLuca to get the puck down low and keep it down low, cycling as he gets the change.
And he's driving wider and wider as the time goes on, so he has to get the shot away, before too long. He can't afford to wait much longer.
It's true, you get out of that high slot area, but what you're doing then is because you're coming with so much speed, you actually carry that speed past the netminder and shoot back. The netminder has to get a really good strong push to get across, and maybe just doesn't do it.
Here's Pitts, there's the save, a follow-up chance, the Steelers are jamming at it. Owens, he came so close, and the puck is not in. Owens is down on the ice, so's Ginn.
Couple of good chances here coming at it, but you'll see the Manchester player take a stick in the face right here. Owens, as he's falling down, stick comes up right there, catches a Manchester guy, and you can see the puck laying on the goal line, and the netminder, it's Backer that takes the stick in the face with Owen going down.
It's a really nasty one for Shane Backer.
It is. It's not an intentional thing. I think obviously he gets up. He seems to be okay. I don't know if he's lost a tooth or contact or something. I'm not sure. He had a little quick look down on the ice to see, but not much that Owens can do as he's going down in the play.
Brandon Whistle battling hard. He's done well to protect the puck. He needs a little bit of support. Goes back behind the goal for Neely. Tries the wraparound. Good pad save. Ginn. And another one. And the puck is still there. And DeLuca's still there. And Ginn's still there.
I don't know how Ginn tipped that puck out of the ice or up from the back of the net. Being down on the ice the way he was, all prone, and gets enough of it.
Shooting chance, and it's a good save. There's a follow-up shot, and it's deflected away. Bodies on the line for the Steelers.
It opens up again, 5-on-5.
Still time in this game for Storm. No doubt about that. But the clock isn't their friend right now. They do have to play with a sense of urgency. But they've been creating enough to give them reasons to be positive, particularly in this third period. Byers. And there's going to be a penalty called now. And there's Westerling who's down, and he's got a Storm player on top of him. And now they are going to pile in. And players are skating in from a long way out to get involved in this one.
Yeah, see, it's Byers who takes the high sticking penalty, and then as Westerling is down, decides to punch him in the head a few times. And then here we go. How long does it take to get a bench to clear? And look at the guys that are on the ice. Springer on the ice, throwing punches left, right, and center. And another one.
And still they jab with Eberle. McFadden watches on. Earhart wants his say. Westerling continues to jaw.
And again,
so it's all calmed down now, but there's going to be plenty called.
Of course there is,
of all this.
And you can see right now Springer's being sent. Off he goes, and here's the play right there. There's the sticking up on the chin, and then as Westerling goes down, so that's the original high sticking penalty. So if it keeps going, you watch Byers here now. Watch what he does. What's the point in doing this? Why are you doing that? And Martinelli does the right thing. He doesn't drop his gloves. All he's doing is pushing the guy away, but Byers takes a high sticking penalty and then goes back to start it all again. But Climby's got to be careful there as well. So Byers is now getting thrown out of the game as well for his shenanigans. So to end all that, a 3-1 game, and you lose Springer and Byers with 5 minutes left to go in a game that you're playing very, very well 5-on-5.
I know what the Storm fans are saying. Well, that high stick got seen.
Yeah, well, you can see it when it gets snapped a head back.
But it's a 2-minute penalty if there's no follow-up to it.
That's
the follow-up.
Yeah, it's all the follow-up. Yeah,
sent off.
Exactly. So why does Byers then, push Westerling's head into the ice, and why does Springer throw 3-4 punches to the head of Westerling and Eberle as well, and whilst the referees are stood there with their notepad out.
Steelers nearly lose the handle on it at the blue line. Westerling has it back, feeds it across. He was looking for a deflection from Pitt. It didn't get one, and it's cleared all the way down by Earhart.
Yeah, good job there by Sheffield, trying to spread out Manchester's box a little bit and
climbing.
My word,
what a pass that is! And Manchester nearly scored. They might still do now. Climby is down, and the puck is somehow kept out. And the Steelers are just trying to give them a goal here.
Acrobatics, to say the least.
And now they'll spring forward, and they've got options in this attack. Fed across, puck sitting in the crease, and it's been kept out by Ginn. Now Storm come back the other way with Hammond, short-handed. Feeding it across, and a swing and a miss from Moffat. And there's a whistle coming in here. Have we got a penalty? It's a slashing call.
Yeah, slashing penalty on the back check, but here's all the... very fortunate Hammond misses the net, but a good spin around to get the leg out and get that, and then the shots are here. Another good save. The puck is sitting there, and Ginn just kicks it out, and back go Manchester again. Back and forward we go, and this is what we're saying. After all the stuff that happened, the game opened right up, and Manchester just, 2 players couldn't control what they wanted to do, and 5 minutes left. The game was full of excitement.
So we've got a period of 4-on-4 with McFadden in the box for slashing. Storm are going to get a power play, albeit a shortened one, after the 4-on-4 expires. Well, here's Owens. How ambitious do the Steelers want to be in this period of 4-on-4? They know there's a penalty kill to follow. They'll take the shot, and they'll score with it!
Matheson. A shot out of nothing, more like looking for a shot through a screen. And we'll see, it's just that little wrist shot that you said before. Take something off it, get it through the net. His head up's all the way. He gets it past the first guy right there. And as you see, the Manchester netminder doesn't pick it up at all. And again, throws his arms up in the air as it goes past Brooks and past him. And Sheffield have stretched it out here to 4-1.
Final few seconds are ticking down. The Steelers won 3 straight on the road. And now they're back to winning ways at home. A 4-1 victory over Manchester Storm on a Sunday night. Man of the match for the Sheffield Steelers is Matt Climby. Beaten just once tonight, he improves his record in the Steelers' goal to 3-0.
And the Eddie's coming. We'll see what he gets to do.
Well, when he was here with us on Steelers TV Live a couple of weeks ago, he didn't get to witness the Eddie as the Steelers fell to defeat against Guildford. But I did explain what it involves, so he can't say that he doesn't know. And the rest of his teammates are pointing the way. We'll forgive the netminders taking a slightly shorter trip around the ice. It looks like being a very popular addition to this Sheffield Steelers squad. And it is a winning Sunday for the Sheffield Steelers.
Congratulations, Tom. The winning run goes to 4. Your thoughts on the night?
I thought we played pretty well for 60 minutes. There's some things we'll have to correct and get better at, but the things that we're focused on, being solid in the D zone, playing with 5 men fairly close together in the defensive zone, breaking pucks out with speed, and then putting pucks behind teams' defensemen and making them work, and just grinding the offensive zone. I think we're starting to buy into that identity as a group, and it's showing some dividends.
And you were able to play 4 lines for the first time tonight. Just explain what difference that makes.
When you can roll 4 lines, it allows your group to be fresher when they get on the ice, and they'll definitely have more jump. We're a well-conditioned group right now, and to take a few minutes away a game from our top players allows them a little extra chance to rest. So when they get on the ice and they get a mismatch with a 3-line team, they have an opportunity to use their conditioning to a huge advantage, and it'll pay dividends for us moving forward. And
a quick word on Matt Climby, a great way to make his home debut here.
Yeah, Matt played fine. I thought the team played well in front of him. We didn't give up much 5-on-5. There was a few chaotic moments in the third period where he had to make some saves, but I thought as a group we played a pretty solid game in front of him.
You must be pleased now, that 4-game winning streak, the confidence that you talked about a few weeks ago.
Well, I look at it as we're 7-1 in our last 8, and that's how I'm looking at it. We knew we needed to go on a run of some kind to get ourselves back to 500, which we did tonight, and that's the most important thing for us. But now we look forward, and we keep pushing forward. We've got an opportunity with a busy month in December to make a move up the standings, and that's got to be our goal.
Belfast, of course, top of the table. We play them next weekend twice. That back-to-back is an unusual thing, isn't it, to play them in the same venue on the same nights?
That'll be a good thing. I think it'll be a good test for us. But at the end of the day, how we prepare, how we're going to play, it's not going to change regardless of our opponent. We have to respect what they do well, but for us, it's still about learning what we want to do and trying to master it.
Ryan, a tough night for your side tonight. Just initially, your reaction?
That was pretty frustrating. I thought we had a decent first period. Obviously got into some penalty trouble in the second there, and we weren't beneficiaries of any calls out there, whether it was I would imagine whatever the maximum is you're going to get for a hit to the head, David Phillips will get for that hit. I would hope so. Anyways, that should be a 5-minute major, and we end up killing on that one. And then, pretty frustrating. Baker gets sliced open, and linesman tells the ref that he saw it, and they don't call it. And then we come back, and obviously we take a high sticking, and frustrations boil over. So, we needed to be a bit more disciplined in the second period. We gave them a lot of looks on the power play, and it tired our guys out. But they didn't play last night. They looked a little fresher than us in the definitely started the game. And then I thought once we got that first goal, I thought we had a lot of pressure, but they were able to get that third one, which kind of killed the game.
And just looking at the weekend as a whole, obviously the overtime loss last night to Cardiff, are there a lot of positives you can take from these 2 games?
Well, I mean, the gulf in the 2 teams in the league now. I mean, you got your top guys are way above. Anytime that you can come in and compete. Cardiff's a great hockey team, one of the best in the league. When I felt we had every chance to win that game last night, it was a tough battle. I knew that it would leak into today, and these guys are getting better. They're definitely getting better, and it was a tough game. They've been sat at home waiting for us, and they took advantage of that. But pretty frustrating night, and like I said, I just hope Dobbs goes to work here, because that's one of the worst hits I've ever seen, and it's tough to watch a game where there isn't a response, and I think we're going to see more and more of those hits.